over another Muslim are 6. So there's 6 rights. The first of them is, in fact, the time of the prayer. Someone turn in. That's the adhan, the call to prayer. It's time for the midday prayer. So the first of the 6 rights was when you meet a Muslim, if a Muslim meets a Muslim, he greets them with the greetings of peace. He says, Assalamu alaikum, rahmatullah, or Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you. And then the return greeting is, wa alaikum salam. The second right is, if you're invited, if a Muslim is invited by a Muslim, he should accept, or she should accept the invitation. The third right is, if you're asked for advice from the Muslim, you should give them sincere advice. The fourth right is, if a Muslim sneezes and praises God, says Alhamdulillah after they sneeze, then the Muslim who hears should wish God's mercy upon that person. So they would say, Yarhamukum Allah. The fifth right is, if the Muslim becomes sick, you should visit his place of sickness. And the last right is, and if they die, you should follow them. Meaning you should follow the bier, which is where the body is placed. In general, it means you should attend the service that's held for that Muslim. So we're here, alhamdulillah, first of all, wishing our condolences on our sister Linda and the family, the loved ones, and those of us who are in attendance. We give you our condolences, our sincere condolences for the passing of our brother. And when a Muslim dies, it's an obligation on the Muslim community to do a service like this, or similar to this. In the Islamic tradition, it's called Janazah. So we have an obligation. And it said if nobody does that among the Muslims, then all the Muslims have sinned. But as long as some of the Muslims perform this service, then the sin is removed. So, alhamdulillah, we're here in that, based on that obligation. As we said, the service is brief, and for those who never attended the Muslim service, we want you to not feel uncomfortable. So we like to explain something and what to expect. The service actually began yesterday. And it began with Muslim preparing the body of the deceased Muslim. Our brother Aubrey, we prepared his body yesterday. And the preparation was that Muslims had to wash his body in the way that we wash in preparation for prayer. And they had to perfume his body, which we made some very nice perfumes that he was fond of. And our sister Linda, of course, she helped to make that preparation more special, And that was done yesterday, and then we shrouded his body. And for those who are in the Christian tradition, it's similar to how, it's said that the follower of Jesus, Isa, alayhi salam, what they did to Jesus' body, Joseph, Arimathea, he took his body and he did a similar kind of washing, and then they shrouded Jesus, and of course, this was in the we'll say the Christian tradition. So we had a similar tradition, and we did that yesterday. So we're halfway through our service. Sister Linda has given me permission to read an obituary, not obituary, but a will. This is not Brother Aubrey's will, but it is a will that outlines what any Muslim who is a sincere practicing Muslim, which our brother was and is, what they would want to have happen at this time doing this transition for them. And so we're going to, with her permission, we're going to read that so that you will get a better idea of what has been done and what is expected for the last part of this burial service, which is called Janazah. So we'll read it as we have it here. We begin with Aubrey, we seek refuge in Allah against the rejected Satan. With Allah's name, the merciful benefactor, the merciful Redeemer. It begins, I bear witness that there is no deity but Allah, the one, the merciful, Almighty God, the creator of the heavens and the earth, and all therein, the God of Abraham, Moses, Jesus, Muhammad, and all the prophets, mercy and peace be upon them. He is the one God and has no partners. And I bear witness that the Prophet Muhammad is his servant and his messenger, and the last of all the prophets, mercy and peace be upon them all. I bear witness that Allah is the truth, that his promise is truth, that the meeting with him is truth. I bear witness that the paradise is truth, and I bear witness that hell is truth, and I bear witness that the coming of the day of judgment is truth. There's no doubt about it, and that Allah, who is exalted above all deficiencies and imperfections, will surely resurrect all the dead of all the generations of mankind, the first and the last, and all in between. This is my counsel to my relatives and my friends, my Muslim brothers and sisters, and all those who remain after me, that they should strive to be true Muslims, that they submit to their Creator, may He be exalted, and worship Him as He alone is to be worshipped, fear Him as He alone is to be feared, and love Him and His Prophet Muhammad with a complete love that is rivaled by nothing besides them. Let them obey Him and hold fast to His law. Let them spread and firmly establish His religion of Islam. Let them die only in a state of complete submission to His will. I remind them that no man and no woman dies before his or her time. The exact duration of each lifespan is precisely determined before we are born by the Almighty, powerful Creator. May He be exalted. Death is a tragedy only for the one who lives out his or her life in self-deception without submitting to the Creator and preparing for the final return to Him. So do not preoccupy yourself with my death, but instead make the proper preparations for your own. Maintain patience and self-composure as the religion of Islam requires. Islam permits female relatives to mourn for no more than 3 days. Although the widow is allowed to mourn for 4 lunar months and 10 days until her waiting period has been completed. Wailing and excessive lamentation is forbidden by the Creator, and it only reflects the lack of understanding and the dissatisfaction with the will of the Creator. May He be exalted. Finally, I ask all my relatives and friends and all others, whether they choose to believe as I believe or not, to honor my constitutional rights to these beliefs. I ask them to honor this document which I have made and not try to obstruct it or change it in any way. Rather, let them see that I am buried as I have asked to be buried, and let my properties be divided as I have wanted them to be divided. I ordain that no autopsy or embalmment be done on my body unless required by law. That without unjustified delay, my body be washed, wrapped with cloths, free of any ornaments, and other articles, prayed for, and then buried, which all should be done by Muslims in complete accordance with Islamic religion. I ordain that absolutely no non-Islamic religious services or observances shall be conducted upon my death or on my body. I ordain that absolutely no non-Islamic religious, I ordain that no pictures, crescent stars, decoration, crosses, flags, or any symbols, Islamic or otherwise, or music to be involved at any stage of the process of conducting my burial or ever be placed at the side of my grave. We would ask them to turn the music down. I just realized that there's Allah forgive us. I ordain that my body shall not be transported over any unreasonable distance from the locality of the death, particularly when such transportation would necessitate embalming, unless when long-distance transportation is required to reach the nearest Muslim cemetery or decided by my Muslim family. I ordain that my grave shall be dug deeply and in completed accordance with the specification of Islamic practice, that it face in the direction of the Qibla, which is the direction toward Mecca, where Muslims pray 5 times a day. I ordain that my body shall be buried without casket or any encasement that separates the wrapped body from the surrounding soil. In the event that the local laws require casket encasement, I ordain that such encasement be of the simplest, most modest, and the least expensive type possible. And I further ordain that the encasement be left open and the grave be filled with dirt. I ordain that my grave be level with the ground or slightly mounded with no construction of any kind. The markings, if necessary, should be simply a rock, merely to indicate the presence of a grave. So in that narrative I read, most of what we desire to happen when we ourselves are making this transition, and we try to do the best we can for our brother Aubrey and in this transition of his. The requirement now is for us to actually say the Muslim prayer, and we're going to attempt to say it here. We were going to do it in the gravesite, but I think we can move the casket and we can line up behind the casket because the direction toward Mecca is this way. So we're going to, those of you who wish, and for Muslims, you have to be in a state of purification. You have to be in wudu or ghusl. You have to have been in a state where you can make a prayer. And then we're going to need a couple of brothers to turn the casket here. Now, okay. So the head is that way, and turn it this way. You can these lights. Yeah, the head is going to be this way. Oh, this way. Yeah.
The table.
And so for the Muslims, you can come and line up, the brothers in the front, and we're going to make an odd number of rows if possible, and the sisters in the back. So we have 4, 5, 6 in this row, and then a row behind it, and then a row in the back for the sisters. There are 4 calls. In Arabic, call them tagra. Come up, brother, you can come closer. Because the sister is more over there.
The brothers should be odd and the sisters should be odd. So
Yeah, make it brief.
You just make one more row. Like, they do be close, but you don't have to bow down.
These are all traditions that we desire to follow at the time if we can, and so we're making it to accommodate that tradition. There are 4 takbirats or calls in which is said Allahu Akbar, which means God is great, and then the recitations are said inaudibly. You won't hear the recitations. And with the first takbir, we'll recite supplication that we begin prayers with, and also the first chapter of the Quran. again, as we recited earlier. With the second takbir, we'll raise our hands, and then we'll say the prayer for Prophet Muhammad and Prophet Abraham. And so in that prayer, we'll be praying for the followers of Muhammad, who is a follower of Abraham, and the followers of Abraham, meaning the Christians, the Jews, and some say other religious groups who follow the monotheist Abraham. And then with the third takbir, we'll say Allahu Akbar, and we'll say a prayer for our brother Aubrey. In that space, as you like, we will pray for him. We'll pray for those who are present and those who are absent. We'll pray for the young and the old. We'll pray for, and we'll pray that whoever lives, let him live according to Islam, and whoever dies, let them die having faith. And then with the fourth takbir, Allahu Akbar, we'll say, peace be upon you to the right, and peace be upon you to the left. So inshallah, you may follow in a respectful way. Yes. Yes.
So is your room, are you counting as a room?
No.
No, so we only have 6.
Huh?
We have 1, 2, 3,
So the
4, 5,
sisters should
6.
be,
So we should get,
You got 3. You got 3, and we have 3. Allahu Akbar. 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 Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Alhamdulillah, that's, you can be seated. And I think now we're going to proceed to the gravesite, which will be Tim. Our guide. You sit. And then we're going to have Aubrey HASSAN, affectionately known as A, was born to Aubrey and Lula Fox on April 18, 1942. On April 18, 1942, in Enrico County, Richmond, Virginia. On his blessed arrival, and his parents nicknamed him Apple. He was the apple of their eye. Aubrey completed 2.5 years in Virginia Union College in Richmond, Virginia, before he was drafted into the Navy at the age of 17. Over the next 9 months, he attended Navy boot camp in Waukegan, Illinois. Aubrey was blessed. He was not sent to the war in Vietnam. He was assigned to Hawaiian Islands, where his older brother Bubba was stationed. While in the service, Aubrey continued his education. Over the next 6 years, he developed a love for planes and enjoyed working on aircraft, and ultimately obtained his bachelor's degree in aeronautics. Aubrey was grateful that his entire Navy service was spent in the Hawaiian Islands. In later years, he referred to it as his staycation. After his transfer to the Treasure Island, Aubrey was honorably discharged from the Navy. His number one goal was to purchase a hot car and to travel around California. He bought a smoking apple green Mustang with a sunroof. The perfect combination, handsome man and hot car, a real woman magnet. Aubrey connected with his younger brother, Bernard, who lived and attended college in the Bay Area. Sherilyn, Bernard's girlfriend, saw that Aubrey was a stand-up guy and had the wonderful idea to arrange a double date with her fabulous cousin, Linda. The date went so well that Aubrey married Linda 3 months later. Who says love at first sight don't last? 54 years to be exact. Alhamdulillah. What a blessing. Together in their smoking apple green Mustang, their California journey began. Aubrey was a true family man, leading his family by faith. In the first resurrection, they joined the Nation of Islam. After the death of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, they continued their faith under the second resurrection under Imam Aubrey Muhammad, where they learned the meaning of being a universal Muslim, practicing prayer, fasting, studying, reading, community work, and good deeds. Aubrey was committed to service and knew his blessing in the next life would come to pass. He is now in paradise, inshallah. In 1969, Aubrey and Linda began their family, welcoming their son Omar, who was a true blessing. Aubrey loved being a father. He instilled in Omar the importance of knowing right from wrong and the true value of education. Father and son bonded in their time spent taking apart cars and trucks and putting them back together. They were two peas in a pot. Aubrey settled his family in Oakland, California, where he worked at the Army base for 30 years until it closed. Then he worked at AC Transfer for 10 years until he retired. After retirement, he enjoyed traveling and spending time with his beautiful wife, son, and grandson. Sadly, in 2020, Omar made the journey to Allah. Omar welcomes his father now. Aubrey is survived by his wife, Linda HASSAN, grandchildren, Yasmin, Nafis, Omari, Janazah, and great-grandchildren, Malia, Christopher II, and Ryan, and a host of extended family and friends. So this is available to those who would like to take a copy, and of course, there will be a chance for us to share our remembrances about Aubrey at the Repast. That'll be,
Yes.
we have a schedule, is that on the schedule? Going down. All right, going down. Yeah, here.
Okay, let me
Got this, sir? And then push.
Huh? Go ahead, you go.
Need help?
See, you kill it. See, you push it. Take it. Wait, watch this stop.
Dreams are the things you wish to hold on to. When you feel your life's in need of something new, you can think therefore you are. You can reach that shining star at the rainbow's end. life can be short or long. It's up to you. You don't need anyone to sing your song. It won't be long before your dreams start coming true. You're surprised they really do. Dream, that's what life was made for. That you dream is really courageous. That you dream it might be contagious. Dream, that's what life was made for. So go on and dream, but are you afraid of just to dream? Dreams are a mystery untold. But in a dream fulfilled, your life takes hold, unfolds to your delight. Work by day and dream by night. Work your dream and work it right. From dreams come the things in life that are really real. They give you sight and might to climb that hill. They're like a medley of songs, so come on and dream along. If it's like you wish to be, dream. That's what life was made for, a dream. What are you afraid of? Dream. They'll unfold to your delight. Work by day and dream by night. Work your dream and work it right. Yeah. Ooh. Just dream. All you got to do is dream. That's what life was made for. To dare to dream is really courageous. Dare to dream, it might be contagious. Dream, that's what life was made for. So go on and live, but are you afraid of just to dream? All you got to do, said all you really got to do is dream. All you really have to do is dance.
After you come.
That's y'all's name with the flowers. That's her mother, and that's her other sister, Shakira. Okay.
Wow. We getting up there.
Yeah, we got seven. Except for my grandbaby.
Howard?
Let's top it off.
Okay.
can fill it in. Those who would like to. Islamic tradition also is to throw 3 handfuls of dirt. With the first handful, we say, from it we created you. Because the Quran said we were created from dust. And to it we return you. Because all of us will be where our brother Aubrey is today. Hopefully later than soon. And with the third handful, we say, from it, we're going to take you out another time. So we believe we'll all be resurrected. We'll be judged for our deeds. And then we'll be assigned our place in hellfire or in the paradise. Inshallah, so you can do that if you like, not required. And then after that, we're going to say a small dua, and myself, and then that would be the end of the service.
3 handfuls of dirt.
3 handfuls of dirt. And the women are man, and we didn't want the grave you to have to walk around with it.
To hasten every lonely hour, every lonely day. How the Lord
Walaikum assalam. Walaikum assalam.
من قبلك وبالآخرة هم يوقنون أولئك على هدى من ربهم أولئك هم المفلحون
آمنا بالرسول بما أنزل إليه من ربه وملائكته وكتبه ورسله لا نفرق بين أحد من رسله وقالوا سمعنا لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها فهما كسبت وعليها كسبت ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا ربنا لنا لا طاقة لنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على الكافرين.
The important belief that we have is that when a person dies, all their everything ceases for them, except for good deeds, except for three things. One is knowledge that they shared with people while they were living, that the people who are living still benefit from the knowledge. One is reoccurring charity. They help open a masjid, they help open a school, an orphanage, some work to help the homeless, these kind of things. They're reoccurring charity. So they still get credit for that, even in the grave, when their deeds are being counted. And the last thing is prayers of righteous children that they raise for them. They get credit for those prayers that you give to them, you righteous children. Be righteous, and then remember our brother Aubrey with many, many prayers. So that's the end of our poem.
We're here at the Repast, and we got Linda's family, some of Linda's family members here at this table. We're enjoying the meal.
Those are my two oldest there. I see
I tried to get it out.
Snowdy almost taller than me.
I'm gonna give you my address. You know that scarf with the beige, that's the prettiest one I like. Look just like your dad.
Lisa, how you doing?
Oh, I'm fine. Alhamdulillah. Thank you. Enjoying myself. Thank you.
Okay, we got Linda and her brother here. Okay, good. All right, it's good meeting you. All right. Okay, we got Linda and her brother and his wife, right? All right, we here at the Repast. Okay, and then we enjoyed ourselves with the dinners. Okay, good. Good meeting you, all right? Like to say his name? All right, all right. I'm glad you came out. Glad to see you. Good meeting you, all right? All right, all right.
Wait a minute,
Oh, you want somebody else in the picture? Come on, get in the picture. Just stay in the picture. Now, who is this? Who is this on the end here? Who is this on the end? Huh? All right, good. You guys all look like twins here. All look like the same family. Yeah. All right, good. Okay, everybody looking well. Okay. All right, good. All right. I got you. What's that? All right, great. Okay, great job. All right. Okay, it's good seeing everybody here.
we have a wonderful time.
My good sisters here. Wow, look at it. Look at it. Well, everybody else is go good. Okay. Alhamdulillah. Go way back. All these sisters. We know for years. All right. We here at the Repast. All right. All right, all right. Alhamdulillah. Good, good. You blocking her face with your hat. Yeah, yeah, wait. There, okay. There you go, there you go. All right. Sheikh, you got anything to say, brother?
I said it's a bittersweet occasion. It's bitter because our brother Aubrey returned home. We won't see him tomorrow.
Okay.
So inshallah in the future. It's sweet because we all know we all here there's another future.
Now these are all these believers I've been knowing for years. We go way back. We all had black hair when I knew them. We all in our graves.
We knew him when he was walking.
When he was out there selling fish and
All right. It's rolling,
It's rolling.
All right. I've
Alright.
been these believers for a long time. Years. We go way back.
Alright.
All right. I'm happy to see you.
just see y'all flowers and beautiful Blessing to be here.
All right, brother. My brother. I mean, when you was a firefighter, right?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I remember going way back.
Remember that too?
Yeah. Still in shape, man. Fighting different kind of fires now.
Y'all ready?
Oh, we got all my sisters, yeah.
Chimes, Muhammad, we ready?
Your sisters have anything to say?
Yes.
Allahu Akbar.
They just look good. They ain't got to say nothing. They look good.
Yeah, I got the video, so I want them to say something.
May Allah bless
All right.
Brother Aubrey.
That's right. Okay. Oh, we got some powerful. These some powerful sisters here. All of them got history behind them.
We went to Hajj with Linda.
All right.
And Egypt too.
This is great. This is great. Great set of sisters. All right.
And Medina too. Yeah, I do.
So send it.
All right. All right. Great. Beautiful. Alhamdulillah. All right. I got you. All right. Wow. Okay. All right. Got you. Alhamdulillah.